I got to figure out how to stop shooting myself in the foot.
Okay.
I go out to a property, meet with the seller, get a property locked up under contract, do the ARV minus repairs times 70%. It's been working pretty well for me. I
Yeah.
actually locked up today that I feel very confident in. ARV is like 365 to 385. Got it locked up for 140. It's a probate deal. Problem is that it probably needs around $80 to $90,000 in repairs, and my buyer, as soon as I locked it up, I called him, didn't give him the address, but I called the title company, put down my earnest money, called my buyer
Yeah.
about it, and then I told him the address once my earnest money was down, and he asked how much I wanted for it, and I told him 175. He's like, send me over the deal right now, I'll sign off. And I'm like, man, I should have definitely probably should have raised that price a little bit.
So how much you making on it?
So it'd be 35,000.
You know what? You can't dude, let me tell you, my first 2 years, I almost felt like I gave away not gave them away, but like nobody ever argued with me. Like, okay. I'm just like, but the problem is you can do the reverse opposite. You ask too much and then like they just don't look at you as credible. So it's, listen, when you get a good property and a good cash buyers list and I only ever got it down to 2 people. I never did 5 because it never works. Yeah. But if you get it down to 2 and go, listen, I know you offer me 175. I have this other chick. She's a pain in my butt, but she's been bugging me about a property. Just give me your best offer and I'm going to try everything to get it to you. And then he'll just like, tell me what number you need. I go, no, just give me your best offer. You both offered the same amount. I'm trying to be fair about it and just shut up. It's very uncomfortable. But if you go, the problem, if you say, well, give me 180 and it's yours, like he's not going to be happy with you for a long time. So just try that trick when it gets down to it. You have to have real competition. In some markets, it doesn't work, but listen, you're not going to go broke with a $35,000 profit. So
no, I won't. But I was just like, so I got home, looked up some comps. So I actually called him on my way home from that appointment, told him 375, got home, looked up some more comps and realized that this thing's actually worth like 380 ARV. There was one right around the corner that sold for 390, just a little bit bigger of a house, but a smaller lot. So I'm like, it's either going to sell for like 380 or 390. And I was just like, man, I probably, if you take 380, 390 minus $80,000 in repairs times 0.70%, it's like 210,000.
Correct. Well, you got to leave some money on it. Most likely, you probably left about 10 grand on the table. Telling me what you're telling me, but you just listen. You know, you learn from every deal. So, how long have you been doing this now, Jason?
Since January.
Yeah. So you're learning, dude. Trust me, after a while. So I always look at this. I look at the amount of risk I have on the deal. Is the seller a pain in my butt? And can I get my cash buyers through that? And how long is my inspection period of my close date? And if I can get all 3 of them, the seller's really easy. I can walk anyone I want through it. And I could probably extend this thing 2 or 3 times if I wanted to. I'll actually sit down with a realtor and really find the true value of it once I got all that other stuff. If I'm under like stress, I'm going to do exactly what you did. I'm just going to move it. Like that's how you make money. Because I've been on the other side. I held out too long and I wound up like getting my butt kicked. So it can blow up with you by doing it the other way. So like don't lose sleep on it and just think about it going forward. The worst thing you do is go back and go, okay, I need you to pay this and that. I've seen every trick. One of the tricks a wholesaler taught me once, I swear to God, I go, man, you are absolutely, I just told me he was a dip for doing it. So what was your deposit on it?
$100.
Yeah, see. So we used to have one with like $3,000 and $5,000 deposits and he would make them pay above and beyond that on his assignment. It was so confusing. Even the title company couldn't understand it. Yeah. And it just gets absolutely nuts. And then sometimes when you include the closing costs, I would charge a significantly higher premium. So if the seller wanted to pay for the closing cost and they never said a word to me and it was an okay deal, I would just say, listen, I got the seller to pay the closing cost. I figured it's about a $3,500 value. I'm only going to ask for $2,000 more. And I still do that to this day. There's about like the cost of closing is significant now in Florida. So, but listen, don't complain about a $35,000 profit. Just go find 2 or 3 more deals like it and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But like when you get one that's kind of up in the air and you've been doing this long enough now, sometimes you can find a trusted realtor that will give you a real number and go, listen, how long? And then you got to go find realtors that have cash buyers that will pay that. But every time you bring in a new buyer, it's very undetermined if they're actually going to go through with it or not. They're a pain in the ass. So you'll be fine with it, man, dude. Okay. Get back to that. I don't want to stall the Mountain Dew challenge, man.
I know. I did want to say, though, thanks to you and Zach, I've been doing it since January now. I've closed 3 deals. This would be my 4th. I'm working on my 5th and 6th currently that I've got under contract. And I'm actually up to it's over $100,000 in assignment fees. So
oh, man.
thanks to you
So,
guys.
dude, number one, it's not a requirement, but consider joining us with Flip with Rick Plus, because I have some stuff that I can catapult your business like through the roof. And I'm not looking to take money out of your pocket. I'm looking to share money with you. Number two, I would love, where are you located exactly?
It's Ohio, so I was trying to actually JV with you guys, but I got on sellmypaper.com and saw you guys actually don't do Ohio right now, which is kind of weird because you always talk about Dayton. So I figured if I went over to Dayton.
Oh, yeah, well, we're working through some issues on Ohio. The problem is I don't want to put people in markets that suck at it. So like, I'm honestly, when I don't put them on there, it means we're still trying to, there's a lot of energy and time and money goes into like getting these people, and it takes time. And the idea is we want to work with people just like you.
Yep.
To have you help us grow our network, because we get a lot of like new people that need help. And then like once you earn your first 100 grand, I go, hey Jason, you want to help us out? You want to do stuff like that? So consider the Flip with Rick Plus, because we're doing some really amazing stuff in there. And number two, I would love to see, we're having an event in October.
Yeah. I would love it.
I would love to see you too. And you are the exact type of guy that we want there, because you put the trust in us. You gave it a shot, and but you understand what it takes. So like, we didn't do anything for you. We just gave you some guidance and some encouragement. You had to take the action and the steps going forward. And then once we get to know people, then we can really establish the market and we can really run with it. And I've got 6 or 7 guys I've worked with, just like you over time, same story. I've convinced most of them to go on the Flip with Rick Plus. And now I got one guy I'm doing 3 deals a month with, like clockwork. Like, he just needed help with some funding, and every now and then he needs help with some creative financing. And I just go, hey, do this, do that. And he's like, I never know I could do 9, 10 deals a month. I'm like, it's not that hard. I go, how much you want to drive yourself crazy? I'll fill you up. And that's what we do. So just consider it, and let's talk with it further. And I think it's amazing what you're doing, but I got to find a way to get you down in Florida in October. I think you'd get a lot of value from it. I'm not looking to pitch you or do anything like that, but if you think I've taught you a lot now, you haven't even seen you're just barely seeing the top of the iceberg. I promise you.
Maybe we can go fishing while I'm down there.
Dude, that's what I do, man. Like I always have to beg everybody to go fishing. Even Zach, he's like, I'm going all day Thursday. We go out and catch like really large snapper. We get some big dolphin, and we do like some daytime sword fishing this time of day, but it's not for the faint of heart for people. It's like flat calm. It's flat, which is great, but man, it's hot, dude. When I say hot, it is a new level. You can't. It's like stick your head in the oven. Like, you got to keep the boat moving. So we go through 500-600 gallons of gas when we go. I'm extreme, man. I love doing that stuff. So
have you seen those Goliath grouper? I guess you could just say battles with the.
Yeah, they're a nightmare, dude. They're real problematic for us.
Is that what it was called?
Dude, they're out at my dock behind my house right now. You got to beat them away with a stick. They're terrible. You want to catch one? Come down here. I'll give you a rope.
Did you watch that? It's called World's Strongest Man versus World's Strongest Fish.
Yeah, listen, when we go out here on the ocean, just right off the beach.
Yep.
Like 30 of them come up behind the boat. They look like the size of a Volkswagen.
That's insane.
They're like pets. They're disgusting. The problem is they're human garbage cans. They eat everything.
Yeah. So
and they're behind my dock. So it's like you can't get away from them because they're protected by the federal government, and they're great eating fish. It's ridiculous. So it's from like 1985 to really like from 1980 to 1995, you couldn't find one. Now we can't, like, they're so protected, they're ridiculous. And the damn things grow to be 700 to 800 pounds.
Wow.
So they're like human. So they try to eat divers now. It's becoming a real problem down here. So anyways, I could talk fishing all day, man.
I did say before I went, last Friday I closed my 3rd deal for 20K. So this Friday I'll close this one for 35, and it's all thanks to you. So you and both. Thank you guys for everything that you do.
Okay, Jason, get with us on the Flip with Rick Plus. I think we have some incredible opportunities in for you that would like pay you immediately, because we get a lot of deals submitted through Ohio, and we can't handle everything.
Got it.
And someone like you would be imperatively important. Plus, I want to see you in October, and we'll figure out the fishing part.
Well, sounds good, Rick.
Okay, go enjoy the kids, man. Have a good time.
Great evening.
Okay, see you.